This video is going to demonstrate how to take an interval ratio variable and change it into an ordinal variable and then graph it in Microsoft Excel. So we're going to change our interval ratio variable into a grouped ordinal variable with categories and then create a bar chart from that information. So here we have a data set where we have each line as an individual, and the variables are final grade in statistics, sex, race, and age. And if you look at the final grade in statistics variable, you'll see all of these values are different: 62, 95, 84, 86. And all of these values are very different. There's not a lot of overlap with each score the way there is with the age variable. Multiple people are 18, multiple people are 19, 20, and so forth. And so we wouldn't make a histogram with these numbers because it would end up looking kind of weird. Order from smallest to largest, and you can see that there's not really a lot of overlap. So there's a couple people that got a score of 75 and then 77, 79, but really most of these scores are unique. All right. And so if you were to make a histogram of this, it would not be that easy to interpret because it would more or less be a straight line with just a couple of peaks, and it wouldn't really easily show us the distribution of grades in a class. So what we want to do instead is we want to indicate some groups and then create a bar chart. So something that might be a little bit easier are the number of people who got D's. So let's say 60 to 69. The number of people who got C, so let's say 70 to 79. Oops. Number of people who got B, so 80 to 89. And the number of people who got A's, 90 to 100. Okay. And then we're going to want to indicate how many people are in each of these. So for the D's, you can see that there's 3 people in that range. And it's easy to see because I've put them in order. And then for the C's, you can see there's a much bigger chunk there. And there's 10 people who are in the C range. And then for the B range, all right, that one's kind of large, and there's 13 people. And then in the A range, we can go down to the bottom, and we can see there are 7 people. Okay, there's 7 people. So make sure you did that right. You know there's 33 people in your data set, so if you just highlight all of those numbers, make sure it adds up to 33. Okay, so now if you were to make a bar chart using this information, it's a lot more helpful for people who are wondering how the scores in statistics looked. So by grouping them, it's much easier to understand. So you can go ahead and highlight this, and you would make a bar chart like this, and you would do all of the same things that we've talked about. So we would want to format our axes. And this is actually frequency, and then your chart title. Okay, and here you can do some other formatting if you want. You can do some designs, or you can format each of these shapes, whatever you want, to kind of make it look pretty. Oops, we can do something like that. You can change the color of these. Choose from all kinds of colors. So there's lots of things you can do to make your graph look very pretty.